Welcome to Largest Issue in the Galaxy. Every issue in the galaxy from broken glass to swamp ass. I am your host, Riely, joined of course by my wonderful co-host, Andrew.
Oh,
Andrew.
that's just perfect timing. I'm sorry. This girl just decided I'm gonna try to FaceTime this kid right now. After just let me just no, fuck off,
Yeah, let's
stupid
just fucking
bitch.
send a FaceTime request to this random kid. And then, Andrew will get on the call and he'll stay on the call. Because,
Mm-hmm.
she won't let me leave.
This one probably wouldn't.
She won't let me leave, Riely.
She probably wouldn't.
Riely, she won't let me leave.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up before I make you my first issue.
No, it's already been done. We can't do that.
I'm gonna do you again, but this time podcast host being a dick.
I suppose that would work, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're back. Back again,
Once again.
once again, and once again. Fucking, there's no guest today. There was supposed to be, and then he didn't. He couldn't come on, and I
I
tried
got
finding another
flashbacks
one.
to Nappy's intro from saying that.
Back again, once again.
He's like, what's going on, dudes? Number 192 here, back again, once
Once
again.
again.
This time we're gonna be raping a different child.
No, you can't say that.
I seen the opportunity and I took it. Okay.
Allegedly,
Allegedly, twice. And it wasn't rape, it was grooming.
alleged, allegedly.
Uh-huh. Odd that it happened twice to two different people.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Anywho, who won last week?
That's what I'm gonna find out right now.
That'd be a great thing to know.
No, you don't get to know. You're not allowed.
I'm not allowed to know.
You're not privileged to know enough to know that information.
But I'm the co-host.
Yeah. You see that co in front of your name? It means you're not privileged enough.
Someone go back to whatever episode it was where Riely said co-host. It means you're the host, and you have just as much power as me, but I was the person that came up with this totally original idea. What was that noise? Did a door just slowly crack open?
That was my nose. I think I'm
That was your
sick.
nose. That was my second guess. Or that was my fourth guess. My third guess was that it was a cat.
I mean, I do have a cat. He's not in my room right now. Alright, well, we once again only have one vote, Andrew. And
So
if
does
you'll
that mean you
remember,
got it?
I don't know, does it?
I don't know. You're the one with the pull thingamajig.
Our issues from last week were the the sexualization of incest,
Mm-hmm.
doctor's appointments,
Mm-hmm.
friends moving away,
Mm-hmm.
and kid go zoom on interwebs.
So dumb.
And the winning issue with one vote was Friends Moving Away.
Oh, I was hoping it was Kid Go Zoom.
It should have been Kid Go Zoom, but it
It's a
was
great username.
perhaps the best issue name we've ever had on the show. But yes, I have won again,
Mm-hmm. Good
despite the
job.
fact that this is a repeat issue, and I feel so bad about that. I
You
just got
you've repeated this issue? When was the first
no,
time you did it?
no. The first time I did it was actually on the Cameron Clark episode,
Mm.
which is funny because we were talking about that episode last week, and I had no idea what my issue was in that episode. And it turns out it was Friends Moving Away.
That was your issue.
But
Mm.
yeah, that's who won. I won again.
Good job. Good job.
We gotta start thinking of like ways to fuck with each other when the other one wins.
I'm sarcastically
Because
clapping as if I'm
that was
Tony Link.
always that was always the one of the funniest parts of that show we're not associated with in any way.
Yeah, I know clearly what you're talking about.
But anyway, We got issues to do,
We do have
son.
issues today, and I am not your son.
I didn't say you were my son. I was saying son, like the hip and trendy, like like name. Like you're like, yo, what's up, son?
If you say hip, I automatically think you're like 40 years old. I know a kid in my school. He got suspended for allegedly dragging a girl into the bathroom.
Whoa.
This didn't actually happen.
So what actually
She
happened?
she willingly walked in there with her friend.
Wait, was this a female student? Like both of
Yes.
them?
Yes. They
Oh, okay.
walked into a male bathroom.
Oh, they were both female.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they were
And
just being
they walked
weird.
into, they knew that there was a guy in there. And I swear to God, if you message me one more goddamn fucking time, I am blocking you on
I didn't
everything.
message you.
It wasn't you.
Get this person on the show. Do they have a Discord?
No, I'm not letting her come on the show.
No, get her on right now.
No.
Give me your snap right now. I'll find
No.
it. I'll
She has
find
me
it on my
blocked on
own.
Snap still.
That's gonna be a running bit. Me just trying to get all of Andrew's drama onto this podcast because I think it's hilarious. Andrew, if I had an insane ex-girlfriend, I'd fully expect you to try to get her on the show
Why would I want to talk to her?
because it'd be funny.
No. No.
It's
Just
the same.
no.
It's the same reason I talked to Alex because it was funny. We were mean to you. It's funny.
Me and you, she's still mean to me.
I know, and it's hilarious.
So is this one that keeps messaging me. She's also mean to me, but that's only when we play Among Us.
Oh, so what you're saying, Andrew, is you do still actively play Among Us, just not with me. Just not with your friend Riley Brooks.
You haven't asked me to play Among Us in forever.
Look, you're in a server where I tag people to ask to play Among Us and you never respond.
You haven't tagged anyone in forever.
Fuck you, okay?
Literally, you go
Fuck
in
you.
general. You haven't tagged anyone since the 13th. The
Okay,
13th.
okay, that was like 2 weeks ago. That's pretty recent.
Okay, that's 2 weeks ago. And it was to tell people that you were streaming Among Us.
Yes, and then I wanted to play it with people on the stream.
Whatever.
You dummy.
I don't care. I don't feel like reading your messages.
But anyway, Andrew, what's your issue?
Alright, you want to know what my issue is?
Yes.
No, I'm actually mad about this. So it's time I talk about my first ever or the first album, because I listen to a lot of hip hop music. So we're talking about Whole Lotta Red. Whole Lotta Red's my fucking issue. Fuck that album.
Whole lot of red?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Whole Lotta Red.
Alright, go ahead and I don't know how that's spelled. Go ahead and write that down on
Okay,
the list.
hold on.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go to fucking recording. Okay, so for those of you who are avid hip hop listeners, which Riley is the exact opposite of, Whole Lotta Red is an album. It was the second studio album by Playboy Cardi.
Who in the fuck?
Playboy Cardi is. He has a baby voice. He raps, um, like Lil Pump. If Lil Pump was a tinge more lyrical and 100 times harder to understand what the fuck he's saying.
So he has a baby voice?
I can't explain you how I can think of one of his songs. Okay, let me take an example from one of his best songs in my
Don't play
opinion.
his music. We're gonna get
I'm not gonna
copyrighted.
play it. I'm just gonna do an example with my voice where he says, "I'm gonna go fuck that beat. Yeah, Shawty gonna suck this dick. I'm gonna go suck that beat. Yeah, Shawty gonna
That's
suck this
like
dick."
every rapper ever.
Yeah, except Playboy Cardi was the first.
Oh, he started the trend?
Yeah, so he was basically the trendsetter, and he does it with like the worst vocals in the world. See, except so
Uh-oh.
Playboy Cardi. So he had his first mixtape, Playboy Cardi, and it was good. So then he did his first album, Dial It, which was also good. He then took 844 days to make another album.
You could just say 2 years.
Well, yeah, 2 years is what it's probably not 844. I'm just that's the number that's pretty close to. I want to say, but it took over 2 years. And this album was not worth the 2 year wait. This album was solid buns. Like if this were politics, this was the
Solid,
Donald Trump
but
of albums.
where the fuck is Whole Lotta Red?
A lot of red is garbage.
Okay, well that's what the fuck is bun? Whatever the fuck you just said.
It's bad. That's my analogy. A lot of red is buns.
Oh, I thought you meant the name of the album was
No,
something bun.
no, hard buns.
Hard
Whatever I said.
buns, yeah. That's the name. That sounds like the name of a workout tape. Hard buns with fucking what's his
By
name?
Playboy Cardi.
By Playboy Cardi.
Funny story. I was playing basketball with a kid while I was at a park, or well, not a park. It was a camp. It was a kind of a campground. I don't know how I would describe it, but we were playing basketball. One of my friends were about to shoot the ball, and he yells "Playboy Cardi," and he misses the shot.
That sounds about right.
He's like "Playboy Cardi," and then my friend just fucks up the shot completely.
Just completely blows it.
Yup, completely blows it. That's how powerful Playboy Cardi is.
Playboy Cardi gives you the power to fail.
Yes. I'm pretty sure Chance the Rapper said, "Met Kanye West, I'm never gonna fail." Then his most recent album flopped. But if Whole Lotta Red would have came out like 2 years ago,
Wait, are you talking
well,
about Cardi B now? Whose
no, we're
album
not talking
flopped?
about Cardi B. We were talking about Chance the Rapper.
Oh, Chance the Rapper. Okay.
Yeah. Which I don't even think he really raps that much.
This is all fucking ridiculous. The look, this whole like modern hip hop rap game bullshit.
It's not as bad as it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It started getting back to form when X started rapping.
What, XXXTentacion?
Yes, or how he says it himself, eggs, tentacles.
Does he say that?
Yeah, that's what he said that before.
Was he high on drugs?
I'm pretty sure he was always on drugs of any sort. I
Oh,
don't
well,
think
I
there's
mean, that's pretty much the case for any famous person.
that's how Peep died. That's how Juice World died. That's how X also died. Well, no,
That's
X
how,
didn't die because of drugs.
that's not how Kurt Cobain died, but
Who the
but
fuck's Kurt Cobain?
pretty much
I've
is how
heard that
Kurt Cobain
name.
died. He's, lead singer of Nirvana. He killed himself.
Oh, I thought it was a
And I
girl.
believe he was very high on drugs when he did it. And he is always very high on drugs to the point where
Hmm.
I heard on a podcast it was like a recording of Kurt Cobain. Like it's the vocal track for a Nirvana song, but
Mm-hmm.
there's no music. It's just Kurt Cobain singing,
Okay,
and you can
so it's a
hear how
cappella.
fucking high he is. You can hear him be slurring. It's ridiculous.
Sounds like Uzi Vert makes
It's
good
insane what
music.
drugs do to people. Like Kurt Cobain, from what I've seen of him, which is not much, when he was like younger, like when Nirvana first started, he seemed like this like cool young man, and then he's taking a bunch of drugs, and then he kills himself, and he's slurring his words, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what drugs do to people.
Yeah.
Drugs and fame. I feel like fame in general
Mm-hmm.
does that to a lot of people too.
Fame just forces you to take drugs.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, there was Eminem overdose, uh, Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Peep, Juice World X did drugs, He Messed Slump God.
Eminem isn't dead.
He's not dead, but he did overdose.
Oh, he overdosed and survived. I see what you're saying.
He overdosed and lived. Barely, but lived. The most recent beef that Eminem had, someone brought up the fact that he used to do drugs, like he isn't 14 years sober.
Is he 14 years sober?
It's like 11 or 14. It's one of those two numbers.
I have a hard time believing that any celebrity is actually sober.
Well, when you look at Eminem, you can tell the difference between Eminem on drugs and Eminem not on drugs.
Well, that's probably true.
But yeah, that's what they say is he's 11 years sober or something.
That's a lot of willpower if that's the case.
And I couldn't do that.
Andrew, you're fucking 15 years sober.
Good point. Good point. I'm just saying, in however many years it is where I can drink alcohol, I'm not gonna be able to do 15 years of sobriety,
What are you
whatever the
planning to
fuck.
fucking start, pouring out the shots the moment you turn 21?
Yes.
Why even wait at that point?
Why wait? Because it's against the law.
Oh, breaking law is fun though.
How would you know?
This is satire. This is satire. This is satire. This is
So many
satire.
times can we
Satire.
say this is satire?
Satire.
Just to get through the bots on everything. This is satire.
This is
Just trust
satire.
us.
Satire. 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 Anyway, you
Hmm.
have anything else about Whole Lot of Red?
This album had like 100 leaks for the last 2 years, and none of the songs that were leaked were on this album. We wanted
That's
Uzi,
strange.
we got Kid Cudi, which wasn't
Kid
bad.
Cudi? What the
Yeah,
fuck is Kid Cudi?
you don't know who that is?
No.
His album that he dropped did like 180K first
Wait, Kid
week.
Cudi is a person?
Yes.
I thought Kid Cudi was a fucking song on Whole Lot of Red.
No, it's an artist.
Stop getting off topic. We're talking about fucking Whole Lot of Red.
Yes, Kid Cudi is an artist that was featured on Whole Lotta Red.
I thought Whole Lot of Red was by fucking that one guy that you said
Yes, it's
before.
done by Playboy Cardi, but it
Playboy
has
Cardi.
features. Kanye West is on the album.
Whoa, dude, that's some star power. That's the future president of the United States.
Donald Trump's in one of XXXTentacion's songs.
Like, for real, or was it just like a soundbite that he took?
It's like 30 different sound bites of Donald Trump talking in the background.
Does he say you're fired?
No.
Damn it.
I don't know, I feel like I could talk all about X in one issue. In fact, I think I might do that later.
Is
But
X an
anywho,
issue? Is X bad?
X is not bad, but I don't know. Some of his songs are very
Isn't X
concerning.
dead?
Yes, X is dead. I listen to a lot of XXXTentacion too.
Doesn't he still have shit coming out even though he's dead?
He had two albums come out and he had one single recently come out in 2020, but it's mainly done, I think. And
Like how
Riot,
Tupac still has shit
yeah,
come
Pac
out,
still has
like
stuff
even to
come
this
out.
day.
Yeah, but
When was the last Tupac album? Look that up.
I want to say it was 2000. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was literally like 2019.
When was Tupac's last album? Are You Still Down? When did this come out? Nope, that was before, that was after he died. This came out in 97, so this was the last album that he knew that came out before he got murdered. Right, he got
But
murdered,
when was
right?
his last released album in terms of the ones that were released posthumously?
I don't know. Tupac Shakur discography, albums. First one was Tupacalypse. That is a very good name.
That's his first album, is Tupacalypse?
Yep.
Or damn, that is a cool name actually.
Pac's Life, 2006. That was the last studio album of his.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I heard about Tupac shit coming out in like at least like 2016.
Hold
Maybe
on.
it was singles that were coming out years later.
Maybe it's probably singles, yeah, or maybe remixed albums. I don't
You'd
know.
think if he has singles left, they'd just like, slap them all into one album and call it good.
Yeah, but then you do that, and it's like the album has no like theme, and then it's just more of a mixtape than an album. You'd be surprised how important the difference between album and freaking mixtape are to
There is no
people.
difference. There
Yes,
is
there
no
is.
difference.
There
What's the
is.
difference?
An album has one theme, and the songs are supposed to transition from one to another very well. A mixtape is just a bunch of songs. Soldier, soldier. Okay. I want to go look at Pac on freaking. No, he hasn't had a single come out since 2013.
That might be what I'm thinking of. I just remembered like somewhat recently there being one. It could have possibly been 7 years ago, like I saw it in middle school or something.
Yeah, Tupac and Playboy Cardi. Was never thinking I was gonna put those two names in a fucking sentence together.
They're both very famous hip hop artists.
hmm Okay, now you see when I say Whole Lotta Red, I just realized this. Whole Lotta Red is actually an album made by two people. One was made by Playboy Cardi. The other one was made by Mario Judah.
Who the fuck is Mario Judah?
You are so close to his producer tag, and I don't know if you know that or not.
What do you mean his producer tag?
So every time he makes a beat, it starts off by saying, "Where the fuck is Mario Judah?"
Oh,
DD.
that's pretty funny.
That is. But Mario Judah, he said, "God damn it, Playboy Cardi, if you don't drop this fucking album, I'll drop it for you." So he made 4 songs already and released them. He's gonna make the whole album. It's gonna do way better than Playboy Cardi's. Because this one's way better.
That's pretty funny.
It is. Alright, but that's it for the issue of Whole Lotta Red.
Good job, Andrew.
I know, right?
What a riveting issue. I think it deserves the vote. I think Andrew should win right now. Go
Right now,
vote
it's
for him. Don't even listen to my issue. Just go vote for him.
yeah, don't listen to his issue. His issue is not important.
Yeah, my issue sucks.
Whatever it is, it's not as good as Whole Lotta Red.
Alright, so my first issue is. I'm gonna remember what it is in a second. I had it. It was there. Ah yes, now I remember.
Did you remember your issue?
I did now.
What's your issue?
That's not why I left, Andrew, if that's what you think. That's not why.
It's not why I think you left.
Okay, but my issue, by the way, since Jason cut all that out, I did leave for a second. That's what we're talking about. But my issue is scheduling.
Oh yeah, I suck at that.
Yeah, you see, if you've noticed, I have a lot of podcasts. Currently, I have 3 podcasts that are that are actively coming out, or
What
at
are those
least
three
have had
podcasts?
episodes recently and plan to have more. That being Pixels, the video game
Mm-hmm.
podcast, Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
Variety Hour, our Pokemon show, and
Mm-hmm.
this one, largest issue in the galaxy.
Mm.
And one of those in particular, Pokemon Variety Hour, it just had its return after a 3 week absence. Now, why was there a 3 week absence? Andrew, when you're slurping things, there's a thing called the mute button. You should consider using it.
Good point. Good point.
But yeah, Pokemon Variety Hour was gone for like 3 weeks with no explanation, and the explanation is simple. Nobody will fucking schedule with me. Like, people have such a fucking such damage with just picking a day and fucking committing to it. Like, I'll be like, "Hey, what day are you available for this?" And they'll be like, "I don't know, cause I gotta do this, and then I don't know if about this and this and this." And it's
Sounds
like,
like me.
oh, you're coming up in this issue later. I'm sure
I know I am.
I got 15 minutes to fill, and I'm sure at least 6 of them will be dedicated to you. But yeah, just kind of like getting with people and trying to schedule shit. It's very annoying. It comes up in every content I do, like the MoCast, even back when that was active. We were like, yeah, we're gonna do Saturdays at 6. And I don't think we ever actually did an episode on Saturday at 6 o'clock.
We don't even start this at 8. We usually start at like 8:30.
No, we're usually in it by like 8:15 or something around
No,
that.
no, we are not.
We started today at 8:17.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Andrew, you just don't know how fucking time works. You just don't know how to read clocks, apparently.
No, no, I don't. You should see me while I'm in school. I'm genuinely confused with what a time it is all the time.
Andrew, how are you that brain dead?
How? I don't know.
How?
I don't know.
How is it the
I don't
case?
know. I don't know. It's Tuesday in my mind every day until Tuesday.
And then on
Then it's
Tuesday, it's
Monday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. You should see. It's actually horrible because I'm like, I do something in the morning. I think I did it 2 weeks ago.
I could hear the days of the week song that they taught me in kindergarten in my head, but it goes Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday,
Wait,
Tuesday,
what?
Tuesday,
What?
Tuesday.
That's what they. What?
No, I'm saying I hear the tune in my head of the song that they used to teach us the day of the week, so I just hear it with fucking only Tuesday and Wednesday, living on
Tuesday
fucking
and
Andrew
Wednesday.
time.
That is.
Tuesday.
That's exactly how I work. It's only Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So
That was the little tune
then when
though that they
it's
taught us. They taught us in kindergarten to learn the days of the week. It went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, it was like I forgot Sunday. I fucked the whole thing up. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that's how we learned the day of the week. We'd sing that song.
I don't remember anything from my kindergarten year other than I got punched in the ear.
I also remember the very like jungle music sounding song that we used to count by fives. Like the instrumental was very jungle-ish, and it was like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, and it just like kept going, and like the instrumental was very like like jungle drums and
Hmm.
shit like that.
In second grade, we had a competition for who could write 1,000 to the number 1,000 first. I don't even think it was in second grade. I think it was in first grade. We learned how to count to 100 in kindergarten, and then in first grade they tasked us with knowing the numbers to 1,000.
I mean, that's not hard to do
Yeah,
once you know 1 through 10. It's not that hard to go farther.
yeah. But we did it. Almost all the kids did it. And then once we wrote to 1,000, we would go around the school having teachers sign our paper.
What, you have
Like,
to
oh,
write all of them?
yes, you had to write all the
Oh
numbers.
God, that's horrible.
Yeah, but you had like an entire year to do it.
That's monotonous as fuck. Oh, then yeah, that's easy.
Yeah,
I could crack that out pretty casually in like 3 or 4 nights.
3 or 4 nights writing the
Probably
numbers
more
to
like
1,000.
10 nights. Like I could write 100 numbers a night.
Uh,
It wouldn't be that hard of a thing to do.
yeah, but when you're a first grader, you got a bunch of things that you want to do that isn't count to 1,000.
Yeah, that makes sense too. I imagine I didn't have enough of an attention span to do that in first grade. Although actually, arguably, I feel like my attention span was probably better than it is now in first grade. Because I can barely pay attention to anything, or like I want to stop because I'm bored. Like I'm bored right now. I'd rather fucking just go stop this show and go vibe and watch YouTube. But
Before I even watch YouTube, I'm so constantly bored of watching YouTube. Doing anything else gives me excitement.
YouTube is that's what keeps me entertained.
You,
When I'm
you want to
not,
know how much YouTube I've watched today?
how much?
Today I've watched 14 hours of YouTube.
That's a lot of YouTube.
That is. That's 3% up from last week. Usually it's down.
How much YouTube have I watched? I think it's significantly lower because I did do other things today too.
I did other things today. I played Ultimate Chicken Horse.
What the fuck? I've been told what that game is before. I remember just like I started to see it in people's Discord statuses, and I was like, "What the fuck? What is that?"
It's a game where you be a dick to everyone. Me and my friends play it and we fucking hate it.
I've watched 2 hours and 20 minutes of YouTube today.
Jesus Christ, that's so little. What are
I've
you
watched
doing with your time other than watching YouTube?
I've watched 12 hours in total this week.
I've watched 97.
What do I do besides watching YouTube? I don't know. I fucking play video games. I watch Netflix or Hulu.
Uh,
I do other things that I can't talk about next to this minor.
you read books.
Yes, that was the thing I couldn't talk about because I know millennials. You're not millennial. I know Zoomers hate books.
I do hate books though. I can't read to save my life.
I don't hate books. It's just that it takes a lot for a book to hook me. But if I find a book that hooks me, I can read that shit.
I was able to like read a 160-page book in fifth grade in like a couple days. And then eighth grade, I read an 80-page book and I never even finished it throughout the entire year.
Yeah, it's like it takes me actually enjoying what's in the book for me to
I did
actually.
see, I actually enjoyed the book. I just didn't finish it. I was just that
If
lazy
I
to
enjoy a book,
keep
I
my
could. If I
attention.
enjoy a book enough, I can fucking blast through it
See,
like a
and
tril
some,
like a trilogy that I discovered in eighth grade when they made us read the first one in class. The Testing trilogy by Joel Charbonneau.
uh,
It's your usual like young adult lit fare where it's like they're all. I barely even remember the plot at this point actually because it's been so long. I might have to reread them. So now that I think about it, I literally remember fucking nothing about the testing. I could probably like look it up and I'd immediately remember everything just based on like two sentences. But right now, I don't remember shit.
imagine. I read a book about Hitler in seventh grade.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
How long was that book?
80 pages.
Do you still have it?
No, I didn't finish it either. I don't know, I had a thing for Nazi Germany between like sixth to eighth grade.
Oh,
What
okay,
the,
I remember this shit now. It was they all
what the
live in the
fuck? What was the,
they all
oh,
live in the
scheduling.
fucking yeah. Okay, whatever. We'll get back to my issue then. Fine.
I'm like,
Fine.
what the fuck was the issue we were talking about?
Scheduling. So yeah, as a content creator, it's very hard to schedule shit to do because obviously I as a content creator am very much geared by working with others. I'm very good
Mm-hmm.
at bouncing off with others, but I am not good at being individual because I'm lame and not funny without anybody to
Oh,
bounce off of.
I love working by myself. It's probably where I'm at my best.
Okay, fucking make a fucking podcast by yourself and keep up with it.
I'm too lazy to do that. I don't have a work ethic.
Yeah, we talked about that in episode 34, the episode where I got unreasonably mad at you for the whole time.
Also, I'm pretty sure if I did, podcast is based on you talking to someone else and listening to their conversation. I think me having a conversation with myself wouldn't be very entertaining. Take the example episode whatever, where I did an episode by
It was
myself.
33. I have not listened to
Episode
it.
33. Of course you didn't.
You think I'm gonna sit through that shit? That's no.
No, I do not expect you to sit through it. That's why I put a message in it.
You put a message in it?
I did.
Like a message to me?
Yes, in like the last 10 minutes.
Okay, now I had to go listen to it to see what that message was.
Now, now I'm gonna get him to waste his time. Will
Wow,
he
thanks.
believe?
You admitted it. Good job.
There's there's definitely a message in there. I just forgot what I said.
It's gonna be like Riley, don't forget to turn the oven off, and I turn around and my house is already on fire and I'm like, shit. But yeah, podcasts are one of the main offenders of scheduling. There's another certain thing that, we here are very familiar with. You might be listening to this podcast on it right now, actually. There's a certain thing that, we're supposed to be doing that we don't do.
That we didn't say in the intro either.
Oh yeah, I forgot because we don't fucking do it anymore. So I keep forgetting. It's called Big Guy Little Guy. It's this Let's Play channel that we're supposed to be doing. We kept up with uploads for 1 week and we haven't done a single fucking thing since.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew can't even fucking pity me on a day that he's free and just record a couple episodes.
Yeah, you see, when I'm free, this girl FaceTimes me consistently.
Well,
Like a
fucking hang up
bitch.
on the bitch.
And then she'll call me 100 times. Or message me a
Block
hundred
her.
times. Then she'll get mad at me.
Okay, who cares?
Me.
Is this your girlfriend?
No.
Then who cares?
Me.
Why?
Because
Because
she's my
why?
friend.
It doesn't sound like it.
I mean, yeah, she treats me like a bitch, but like,
Yeah, get the toxic people out of your life, Andrew.
she's fun to play Among Us with.
There are other people to play Among Us with, Andrew.
Yeah, but she constantly shits on people, and it's hilarious. She's like Alex, but not Alex.
Do you play Among Us with Alex?
I don't think she's ever even touched Among Us. Actually, no, she has. She talked to me about playing Among Us with Xavier and a couple other friends that we have that are mutuals.
Mutuals.
Uh-huh.
The term mutuals just sounds so funny to me.
Yes.
Like, especially on Twitter, where it's like, hey guys, what do you think about me? Mutuals only.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what's another?
Andrew refuses to do Let's Plays with me, which is
You know what's
annoying, because we
you
have this
wanna
channel.
know what's another hard thing to schedule?
What?
Sleep schedules.
Yeah, that's a big one too, actually, trying to go to sleep at a reasonable hour. Like, I remember, like, way back in the day when I first started my job, I was like, okay. Even, like, one day I can't do it, because I was like, okay, I have to work Saturday mornings, which means I have to go to bed by 10 o'clock on Friday nights so that I can wake up on Saturday and be okay. And even, first of all, even before that, I couldn't do it. And then second, we were like, Gingy was like, we gotta do Pixels on Friday nights now. And I was like,
Why?
why? Why? But yeah, now I don't have to work on Saturday mornings anymore, so that problem solved itself. But even though I did want to work on Saturday mornings, it's another thing too. Work scheduling, that's another problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm used to working on Saturday during the day, and recently I got moved to another division at work.
Uh-huh.
So my schedule changed. So instead of working 5 to 10 night shifts on Tuesday through Friday, and then working 9 to 4 in the morning into the afternoon on Saturdays, I'm working 1 to 9 all of those days consistently. And I was like, hey, I'm used to working during the day on Saturday, so could I possibly get switched to a 9 to 5 shift on Saturday?"
No.
And they were like, "No, we need more people during the night." And I was like, "Okay, I guess." Which, to be fair, there is like almost nobody there at the end of the night consistently, but that ain't my fucking problem.
Well, they solve it by having you do it.
Yeah, that's their fucking solution. Is screw over the one kid. But yeah, scheduled things in general is just fucking annoying. Like, you're like, just pick a day. Like, it's annoying to me because I'm one of the most flexible people on the planet. Like, especially when before I got my job, it was like, hey, I'm literally free all the fucking time. Pick a day, pick a time, and we'll do it. And they either would be like, I don't know, or they'd pick a time and then they wouldn't show up. Was Big Guy
Hmm.
Little Did we start Big Guy Little Guy before I started working?
I think it was before.
I don't remember. It's hard to remember nowadays. Time is a blur.
Time is a blur, especially to me.
Time isn't real. Time is fake. That's
Sounds
why
like
we can't
me.
schedule things. Oh, never mind. No, I'm saving this for next week. I have another time related issue for next week. I'm not gonna bring it up right now. But
Huh.
unless you've already done it, which I wouldn't be surprised. But
Well, I'm curious.
I mean, I can tell you in DMs.
Sure. I already know what my next issue is gonna be.
Wait, do you not know your next issue?
No, I know my next issue.
I was about to say it's gonna be your turn in like half a second, buddy. You better
Not steal
ship
your
up.
issue.
There you go. Now you know.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of an issue.
All right, Andrew, what's your issue now? What's your
Oh,
second issue?
oh fuck! I just hit my head on a fucking wall trying to lay down on my pillow.
Is that your issue?
No, that is not my issue. My issue is the disrespect of XXXTentacion, which I don't think you'd be able
Like
to even.
the disrespect of the person?
Yes, the person after his death.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the disrespect goes more than just from him and just people not liking his music. This is from the labels and from his his mother, which doesn't want him to lay to rest. Apparently, his mother's just like, I wonder how much I can milk out of this kid who's dead. But
Ew.
I mean, yeah, it all started when X got shot. So X dies. So what do you think they do with the car that he got shot in?
I don't know. What do they do with it?
They put it in a museum.
I mean, that makes sense. He was the influential figure.
So you put it in a museum.
Yeah, that
I don't know.
tracks.
I think it's weird. But see, then you have pictures of his dead body surfacing online. This is the same thing that happens to King Von too. King Von died earlier this year, and pictures of his dead body surfaced online. And it's also the same thing that happened to Kobe Bryant too. Is there's pictures of his dead body on the internet if you want to
Wait, there
find them.
is? Oh my
Yes, there
god.
is. They will
I didn't
take
even think
pictures
there'd
of
be a body
anyone.
left after like such a big crash.
Yeah, no, there was a body, somewhat.
Did you see it? Did you look
I
at it?
seen it. I seen it back in February, but I haven't seen it since because I don't
Is it
want to know.
is it like mangled and fucked up?
I don't remember. From what my friends said,
Let's not talk about this anymore.
yeah,
Let's
let's
not
not
talk
talk
about
about
Kobe
Kobe's
Bryant's
dead
corpse anymore.
body. But X had two albums that came out after his death. And obviously, X had two albums that came out before his death. His two albums before his death were 17 and Question Mark. Question Mark eventually got a deluxe version, which was released after his death, and it was meh. I mean, the original Question Mark was one of the best albums that ever came out, one of the albums that saved 2018. Well, Juice WRLD's Goodbye and Good Riddance for all the emo rap fans. But fuck, where was I going with this? But the two
Emo
X,
rap sounds like perhaps the funniest genre of music,
it's really not. You emo rap is usually just rapping about a girl leaving you.
which is hilarious.
Okay, let me can tell you what emo rap consists of. Is I am one of the biggest emo rap fans there is. It consists of taking drugs, talking about self harm, talking about killing yourself, um, talking about how the girl cheated on you.
All very
Um,
funny.
it's all funny unless you've had it happen to you, and it's not as funny.
I feel like I could still find the humor in it, even if that were the
Oh my
case.
fucking god! Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna
No,
beat the
don't
shit
worry.
out of someone.
We still
I'm
have
gonna
Geark.
beat the shit out of someone.
We still have Geark. We're good.
Oh,
We're good.
did Craig leave?
Yes.
Oh fuck, that's not what I was saying. God fucking damn it,
Oh, I
too.
thought you were talking about Craig. Yeah, no. But
No, but what I was talking about is someone added me
Geark
to a
works
group
for
chat.
Pride. Yeah, our Geark will work now.
Hmm, hmm. But so X had two albums come out after his death. The two albums being Skins and Bad Vibes Forever. Guess which album was finished?
Which one?
Neither of them. Neither of them were finished. They just threw them out. His
I mean,
mom's like,
it
"Oh, I
makes
want money."
sense.
Okay, you
It
see,
makes sense to put the songs out.
when Skins came out, if you listened to Skins, you could tell that a few of them, most of the songs were finished, besides one of them, and that was Staring at the Sky. Staring at the Sky was not finished at all. It doesn't sound finished to me, at least. It's only like 10 songs long. 10 tracks, and two of them being not even actual songs. And then you got the ones that are barely
Two that
finished.
weren't songs.
It's only like 6 actual songs that you could listen to.
What's the rest of it?
The rest of it's just nothing. There's an intro, there's an interlude, and then there's unfinished. Also known as Staring at the Sky. Oh, and Woe Minded Awe doesn't feel finished either, but it's actually like a pretty decent song because it doesn't need lyrics.
What do you mean it doesn't need lyrics? Then what's the point of X being involved at that point?
Well, he made it himself. But then there was the next album that came out, Bad Vibes Forever. This one definitely shouldn't have came out.
I
This
mean,
is
yeah,
like
I feel like getting shot kind of leaves you with bad vibes
okay,
for a forever period of time.
X was all about, his label was Bad Vibes Forever. That's what like that was his whole gimmick.
Oh, that was like
Um,
his
yeah.
catchphrase.
Like how Eminem has Shady Records. Um,
Oh, it's like his record label.
yeah, that's his record label.
Oh, okay.
Signed to Interscope, but it's a record label. But this one was not finished at all. Like this one was actually not finished. They acknowledged that it wasn't finished, and they're like, "Yep, we're putting this out." You want to know how you can know that it wasn't finished? They were going to put Lil Nas X on the album.
What? How do you know that? What do you mean?
This
How
was
does that?
something. This was something that Interscope was talking about. That's the label. That's the executive producers of the album. Was they were contemplating about putting Lil Nas X on XXXTentacion's last album because most of the songs weren't finished. In reality, there were only like I want to say 5 songs that actually felt finished.
What? So like have Lil Nas X finish the rapping?
No, Little Nas X on one of the album. Like let me tell you the feature list for Bad Vibes Forever, just to give you an example for how badly they didn't even bother to try to like work with it. So you start Bad Vibes Forever with 3 original songs by X. Then you have the song that is named after the album, Bad Vibes Forever, featuring PNB Rock and Trippie Redd. That one feels finished. But then you go to School Shooters, where X has about like maybe half of the song. He has a short verse
Wait,
where he
School
talks.
Shooters. I think I've heard that song before.
That's by X and Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, X, not really good to go together. Then you have the next song, I
Well,
Changed Her
anything
Life.
goes with Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Then you have I Changed Her Life with X and Rick Ross. That's the. You might as well just put Lil Pump and Eminem on a song together. That's basically the pairing right there. X and Rick Ross do not go together at all. Then you have another X song by himself. Then you have a song which is Screamo. Well, it's not Screamo. I wouldn't say Limbo is. I'm trying to think what it is. What the fuck is it called? It's metal music. That's what it is. And then
Oh,
another
babe.
X. Yeah, and then there's another X song which I don't think was finished. Ecstasy featuring Noah Cyrus.
Okay, hold on. Is ecstasy spelled Xtacy?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
I feel like it should have just been X. And then, yeah, I see where you're going. Then there was Kill My Vibe, which had another feature. Then there was Hot Guile, which has another two features. And then there's The Only Time I Feel Alive, with another feature. And then there's Damon's, which does feel finished. And Kemba's verse on that song is one of the best verses of all time. With Joey Badass also, that song felt finished. The other ones didn't. Voss didn't feel finished. Actually, the rest of the album didn't feel finished. Heart Eater was finished, but it was scrapped from X's second album, question mark. And then Chase Glass Shards didn't feel finished. All Fading to Black with Blink 182. That didn't feel finished, but they made it work.
Wait, Blink 182 was on this fucking album?
Mm-hmm. Travis Barker
Damn.
and Travis Barker is basically an emo rapper himself with how much he works with these people. Like Travis works with almost all of them. Like I say that without like even like he's worked with Juice World, he's worked with Peep, he's worked with X, he's worked with Trippie Redd, he's worked with Eminem. This dude's all over the place. But then you have two albums that come out and they don't feel finished. So then what's next for how can you ruin X's legacy even more?
Releasing unfinished albums isn't
It
ruining
is.
his legacy. It's
It
putting,
is. This
no, it's
album,
not.
if
It's
he.
putting out media that exists that never got to come out. I'm very much a fan of that. If
Okay,
if somebody fucking dies and they have leftover projects that are at least somewhat finished that are capable
they
of being
weren't.
put
They
out,
weren't. They
I
were
want them
barely.
out.
It was barely finished. The
Okay,
fact
maybe
that.
the songs that like straight up weren't finished probably could have been left out. But you're saying the
Yeah.
album shouldn't have come out at all. I think at least the finished X songs
I
should
mean,
have
yeah,
come
maybe a
out.
few of them could have came out, but the whole thing should probably have been avoided. Another thing, now this one doesn't stem to X. This one more stems to Peep. Peep's last album, "Come Over When You're Sober" Part Two, which is actually a really good album, has one of the
Part
songs.
two?
Yes, he has come
There's
over.
two albums called
Yes, he has.
that?
Yes, "Come Over When You're Sober" Part One, which is very short, and it's the one with the song that everyone knows by Peep. Save that shit. And then there was the second one that came out, which is really good, but it's Peep, so it's emo shit. Talking about how he wants to burn one of his high schools down, like anyone does. But X and Peep had a song together called Falling Down. Peep did not like X at all. Lil Peep hated him, but
Uh-oh.
still.
Big drama.
Yeah. So X so Peep didn't like X because X did some bad things in his past right before he died. And X didn't like Peep because Peep didn't like Ski Mask the Slump God, and X and Ski Mask are friends. So naturally they didn't like each other. But then Peep died, and X is like, "Oh, let me do a song with him." And the label's like, "Okay, sure." But if Peep was alive, Peep would be like, "No, I don't want to work with you, you piece of shit. Fuck
But then,
off."
how did they do the song if Peep was dead?
Peep died, so they took an original song of Peep's which got two versions released: Sunlight on Your Skin with I Love Machinin, and then Falling Down, which is the same song except with X instead of I Love Machinin. Different verse, but they just did the same song twice with Peep's verse.
There's like a whole fucking complicated world of fucking rap bullshit that you seem to know about.
Don't even get me started. I'm not even talking to you about the most complicated parts of rap yet. You have to understand how the fucking what is it called? Um samples are and how they're both fair use and not fair use because they're stupid.
Well, I mean, I think samples are fair use.
Okay, take an original part of a song, put it in your song, make it completely about that original part of the song, boom. Just
But if it's a different song, I think it's valid. It's
mm,
obviously not as creatively fulfilling, but I
mm,
think it's at least fair use. At least it's
mm, mm.
legal.
I mean, yeah, for it to come out, yeah. But then there's like, oh, you look at Juice WRLD's biggest song, Lucid Dreams. He didn't even make 85% of that song's, you know, the
The
revenue
only
of
time
it.
sampling sucks is when by whatever, just by luck, it ends up that the song that sampled the song becomes more popular than the song, or at least more like actively popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like the obvious example being the Ice Ice Baby shit with the David
Mm-hmm.
Bowie song.
My friend talked about that to me before. He's like, that isn't illegal. He's like, that isn't illegal, and I'm like, no, it's not illegal. It's actually, pretty fair. But most rap songs nowadays, they do use samples from old stuff.
Vanilla Ice seems like such like this like goofy, funny guy. I honestly like literally like I will say right now on the podcast, like I'd say probably on like my top 5 like completely unrealistic guest list, like on the same list as like what if we had fucking Adam Sandler on the show, just like completely
Adam
unrealistic
Sandler.
guests. I really would love to have Vanilla Ice on this show because
Vanilla Ice.
he seems like such a silly goof and such a genuinely like interesting guy. I would love to fucking have a conversation with Vanilla Ice.
Hey, Vanilla Ice, remember when you and Eminem had beef?
Did Vanilla Ice and Eminem have beef?
Yeah, they used to hate each other.
Did they not anymore? Did they patch it up?
I don't know. Looking at Eminem, I don't think he's ever patched up any one of his beefs. Like, he just had beef with someone and he never patches it. Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like, with him and Machine Gun Kelly, he'll name Machine Gun Kelly in like 20 different songs and say, oh yeah, the beef's done, but I hate that fuck. String bean.
The beef is done, but I still don't like them. That means the beef isn't done.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it makes sense for like even though they don't like each other anymore, like the active beef is done. Like the example I think of is I'm more into like, YouTuber culture. And
Mm-hmm.
there's the when Monkey Jones got kicked out of the PCP, like fucking obviously like Mumkey and Digi and Endless Jest, they still don't like each other, but the active like beef is over. They're just kind of doing their own thing now. And
Yeah.
occasionally they'll make fun of each other, but they never really like go at each other directly.
Machine Gun Kelly hasn't mentioned Eminem since like 2018. But then Eminem most recently name dropped Machine Gun Kelly like 3 different times in his most recent album, which I also plan to talk about in the future because double albums fucking suck.
I just imagine like Eminem just like he's doing a song and just like randomly in the song, like it has nothing to do with the current lyrics. He'll just be like
Mm-hmm.
singing about like something that happened to him in his life, and then suddenly he'll be like, "Fuck Machine Gun Kelly," and then he'll just keep going. Did
Hold on, I think I actually know an example of that actually.
he actually do that?
Hold on, I have to find the verse of Eminem's in this song, but where was it? I think it says something like, if I can find it. Uh,
Andrew, have you seen the Vanilla Ice movie?
There's a movie.
Yes, he has a movie called Vanilla Ice Cool as Ice. It's very silly. JonTron made a video about it.
Okay, so here's what Eminem said in Yaya. Had the pent up ready fucked her, she should have seen her belly. She was barely 3 months pregnant. Bitch had it, gave me a baby, and we named it Machine Gun Kelly. He just name drops him out of nowhere. Talks about how this girl had a kid way too early, and it's whatever. 3 months pregnant. Boom, have a kid. What do we name it? Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly, the early born child.
Mm-hmm. And I know in another song he mentioned Machine. He mentioned him 3 times. 2 times on the original album, 1 time on the double album. Which, again, double albums are stupid. But, he just likes mentioning Machine Gun Kelly. But he won't mention Nick Cannon, who he's most recently had beef with.
Who doesn't
Did
have
I?
beef with Nick Cannon?
I don't know. Did I even talk about how X's mom wants to make an anime based off of
Didn't Nick
X's life?
Cannon say some like conspiratorial shit about Jewish people on TV or some shit?
He said something about white people. He's like, white people are less than black people. They're closer to animals than us.
Well, that's pretty much par for the course at this point. But I also think Nick Cannon also said something on about how the Jews control the media or something. Like that was something Nick Cannon said.
It wouldn't even surprise me.
Host of Nick Choice Awards, Nick Cannon.
He used to be the host of Wildin' and Out, or Wildin' Out, and then he got kicked off of Wildin' Out for saying that white people are garbage.
Jesus Christ. But is that it? Are we good?
I didn't even talk about how X's mom's just like, let's milk X, let's make him an anime.
Wait, what? Okay, rewind. Back up.
Okay.
What?
So it was really recently, it was tweeted out. X's mom's like, hey, we should put all of his songs that are on SoundCloud all onto Spotify also so people can stream them. I'd
Well,
be
of
happy with
course.
that. But like, it's a cash grab, definitely. And she's like, let's also make an anime out of this dude. Let's make an anime out of my dead son.
I
You know,
mean, that'd be the funniest shit ever, but it's weird.
it'd be cool and it'd work, but you're just milking your son at that point. You just
It's
don't
like
even care.
it's so weird to think about like how musical artists get like shoehorned into shit that they have no business being in. Like if there was an XXXTentacion anime, that'd be insane in the same way that did you know there's an Avril Lavigne manga.
Wait, what?
Yes, there's a manga starring hit pop star
I know who
artist
she is. I
Avril
know who she
Lavigne.
is. I know who she is. I only know who she is because of Machine Gun Kelly, but I know who she is.
Is Machine Gun Kelly associated with Avril
No,
Lavigne?
no, not at all. Besides, like a little bit of their music, you can tell that Avril Lavigne inspired Machine Gun
Oh,
Kelly
Avril Lavigne was like one of his inspirations.
for his most recent album, yes, because they do the same music now. Machine Gun Kelly's like, oh, I don't want to do rap anymore. This stuff's boring, because it is boring. Rap's one of my most least favorite genres.
I like Avril Lavigne's music. I have several of her songs in my music playlist.
I have like a couple in my 936 track playlist.
You see, my playlist only has 52 songs in it, so there's only like 4 or 5 Avril Lavigne songs, but that's a decent chunk for a 52 song playlist.
Yeah, I have 4 or 5 of her songs in my playlist.
Do you remember which songs?
Skater Boy, Complicated. That's the only two that I remember.
Holy shit, I forgot Complicated was her.
Yeah.
I don't have
I
Skater
originally.
Boy on my list. I'm gonna add Complicated. I think the ones I have are like I have Girlfriend
Oh my god.
because I have
Oh, she
Girlfriend.
didn't.
I have Smile. I have Here's to Never Growing Up, and there was one more that it's not coming to me at the moment.
I don't know. Oh, I have My Happy Ending also. Complicated Girlfriend, Skater Boy, and My Happy Ending is the only four that I can think of right now.
I recommend Smile if you've never heard it. That's like one of my favorites.
I
And
don't
Here's to
think
Never
I
Growing Up.
have.
I imagine you've heard Here's to Never Growing Up. That one was on the radio all the time, like back in the day.
Then again, it's also me. My
Have you never heard
Alex.
Here's to Never Growing Up?
Like, let me explain to you something. Alex told me about. She was like, "Oh, you probably know who Green Day or was it Green Day? Boulevard of Broken Dreams, that song." She's like, "You probably know who that is. You know that song." I listened to it and I'm like, "No, I don't know this."
Turns out Andrew's just uncultured.
Okay, now here's something that I've just seen, and I think this is hilarious. The Girlfriend EP by Avril. I can't say that last name. Fucking
Levine?
punk. I don't care.
It's Levine. It's
Is
just
it Levine?
Levine.
Okay, it's
Avril
Levine.
Levine.
I've been saying it right. But there's the Girlfriend EP. You want me to read this track list?
Okay.
You got Girlfriend, Radio Edit. Girlfriend, Submarines, Time Warp 66. Girlfriend, Junkie XL Mix. Girlfriend, French version, clean. French version,
The
explicit.
French version!
I'll hold on, just wait. Just wait. Girlfriend, French version, Submarine Time Warp 66. The Spanish version, but clean. The Spanish version, but explicit. The Spanish version with the submarine time warp people. The German version, and the explicit one. The one also made that's German by
So this
Time
EP
Warp.
is just like every possible version of Girlfriend.
Yes, the Italian version, clean and
She
explicit.
really, I guess they really fucking milked that song. I knew it was her most popular. It was in,
The Portuguese version. The Japanese version.
That's
The
another song I found
Mandarin.
out from a video game. It was in, Just Dance. One of the Just
Yeah, Just
Dances for
Dance. I
the
knew
Wii
that. It was
had
Just Dance
Girlfriend.
too. What's the Mandarin? Is Mandarin's a language?
Yes, Mandarin's a language. What the fuck?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you where it's from.
All right, well, we're on a time crunch here. I tried to tell you in the chat. I don't know
Hmm.
if you read it, but
No, I didn't. My phone's on the other side of my bed.
do you have any last words before I do my issue? I have to leave in 13 minutes, so
No, I don't.
I gotta do my issue. Oh God, fuck. But my issue is public Among Us servers. Okay.
Have we not done this before?
Apparently not. I think it might have been something we did on like an episode that never came out
Oh,
or something, because I remember talking to you about it. But I checked the list. I updated the
okay.
list. It has all the issues in it now, by the way. I didn't tell you I updated it. So now our issue list is up to date. And I checked the list and it
Okay.
is not on it. So yeah, public Among Us servers. So yeah, Among Us, a very popular online game. I'm sure plenty of you have heard of it. You play as
Mm-hmm.
you play as spacemen. There's 10 players. You run around. You do tasks. One of you is an imposter. The imposter tries to kill everybody and get away with it. And there's
Mm-hmm.
like there's like meetings where you try to figure out who the imposter is. All that good shit.
Mm-hmm. Now, Riley,
But
explain what makes the public servers so bad.
so first of all, I think there's one main problem. The first main problem. There is problems with public Among Us servers in general as a concept, but I think the general problem is that Among Us just really isn't that fun to play outside of voice chat because I think typing is really annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I play Among Us consistently with three people in voice chat, but it
Yeah, but
does
that's
need a
annoying
voice
too.
chat.
Like I feel like Among Us only becomes truly a great game when you're in a voice chat and everyone in the game is in the voice chat, and that's how you do everything. Is you do the emergency meetings over voice chat. There's no fucking typing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so typing is annoying, especially like if you're playing on the PC. It's more manageable, but if you're playing the mobile version or especially the Switch version, typing is
Oh, I'm
very
sure on the
annoying.
Switch version it's almost impossible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
See, I
'Cause
play Among Us on my phone and that's it.
I have I have it on my laptop and on my Switch. I bought it both places
Huh.
because basically I feel like how it's going to shake out in terms of like the use I get out of those games is obviously when I'm streaming I'm going to view it on my laptop, and when I'm playing
Yeah.
games where I have to type I'm going to do it on my laptop. But
Yeah.
if I'm doing a game in voice and I'm not streaming it, I'll probably play the Switch version just cuz it feels more convenient.
Huh. Yeah, no, I just play on my phone. It's the easiest for me. See, I used to hate playing it on my old phone because my old phone, it would have an ad pop up after every game.
Well, I feel like the Switch would be almost better than mobile in terms of typing shit if you had like a stylus for your Switch.
Maybe.
That is, if you're playing on portable mode. If you're
Yeah,
playing
if you're playing on
docked,
portable.
then
Yeah, I was thinking playing my Switch in the docked
playing
version.
if you want to play Among Us on the Switch and it's docked, you better be playing in voice chat because there's no way you're typing fast enough.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, so yeah, that's the main problem, and then there's the other problem where it's like
People are
public Among Us
toxic as
servers are
hell.
fucking toxic. Yeah, that's literally what I was about to say.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I play with mental hospital girl and one of her friends, and Jesus Christ, the toxicity that she has whenever someone says something, it's just like, shut the fuck up, you stupid word that Riley probably won't let me say because it's not a good word to call females.
What, cunt?
No, it starts with a W.
Oh, whore.
Yeah, she says that so consistently. It's like every other message. To get in a good of what we're friends we're dealing with, we they will say anything they feel like that is not the N word. They'll drop everything else though. They're all gay, so it's fine.
They have the F word pass.
Yes, they can say it. Some of us just choose not to say it.
No, it's funny. I had a friend at work who
Uh-huh.
was a bisexual, but she's currently dating a man.
Uh-huh.
So, and obviously, like we all say it. Like I think
Uh-huh.
everyone says it. I just don't like to say it publicly, and I never say it derogatorily.
Just don't
I
say it
just
publicly.
say
Boom.
I say it in a joking manner sometimes.
Yeah.
But she would say it too, and like as like a meme, I'd be like, "You can't say that," and, and she and she'd be like, but I'm gay. I had the pass," and I'm like, "No, you're dating a man. You lose the
You're
pass
dating
when
a
you date a
man.
man."
I only find it fun to call straight people gay. Calling a gay person gay and them getting mad at it, it's just like, wow, you can't even embrace yourself.
No, I've
But
seen people who like I've seen people who like as a joke with like their gay friend just be like, "You're a F slur," and they'll be like, "Yeah, yes I
yeah,
am."
yes.
That is
see,
true.
see, and you see
Correct.
the. I like
No
it when
lies detected.
see like that's how I like to act. Like someone will call me that, and I'll just be like, "Yep, you know exactly what you're talking."
Yeah, that's true.
No, see, I'm fine with that. But then I talk to generic gay guy that I know who like five of my friends before he ever even liked me, and I got offended by that. But see, you said F slur around him, and he just gets pissy. He's just like, "Oh my god, you can't say that. You're straight." I'm just like, "God damn, calm down. It's a word."
I mean, people say it like
I mean, yeah,
I think the F slur doesn't get as canceled as much as you think. Like
it
people,
doesn't.
yeah, I hear people say it all the time. Like fucking, I think one of the most famous moments on fucking Oni Plays, which is a pretty high profile Let's Play channel,
Hmm.
is fucking Chris O'Neill singing the Madison F slur song. He steals Matt's fedora and then he sings the song and then Matt's just like, can I have my fedora back now?
Fun fact: in my school, it was it was basically seen as a word, and they like if you wanted to say it, you probably shouldn't. But what's the worst that would happen? And in one of my classes, one of the kids just said it across the entire classroom to another kid, and everyone just kind of sat in silence.
Yeah.
Like you just hear it come out, and everyone's just like, "He said the F word."
But
But
yeah,
that was.
basically to go over my issue very briefly because I don't have much time left.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the discussions are always, people will just jump to voting so quick. They'll just be like, "Black sus, vote black," and then
Yep.
people will vote black. It's that ruins the whole point of the game. That's why when I was playing on public servers on stream, what I did to, rectify that, because I was making the
Mm-hmm.
servers, was I set discussion time to like 3 minutes and then voting to a minute. So they had to fucking sit there and talk, and then everybody would be like, garbage settings, garbage settings,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, no, we're just trying to actually discuss who the fucking killer is instead of just jumping to a vote, you motherfucker.
Oh, in an Among Us lobby earlier today, I was playing with someone and I found a random, and his name was Salt, but he was black, or his name was Pepper, but he was white. And I wear black right now in Among Us. I do black and a ninja thing. And I decided I'm gonna leave the game, and I rejoined the same lobby and changed my name to Salt.
I'm an orange myself, if you were curious. I'm an orange man. That's what I
He's
go for.
orange. I named myself Orange, and I wore black today before I changed my name to Salt, just to
Yeah,
be
well,
mad
I've
at
done games
people.
like that before where we all as a meme were like named
Mm-hmm.
colors that we weren't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, Andrew, I gotta go in like 4 minutes. So
Yeah.
yeah, the discussions they happen way too long. People are toxic. People leave the game when they get voted off, which again,
Mm-hmm.
that's the point of the game. Just because you weren't the imposter and they voted you off, yeah, that's something that the game is trying to achieve. That's
Mm-hmm.
one of the game is the deceiving and the lying and the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just a bunch of cringy 12-year-olds mostly. They get so offended when you falsely accuse them, even though that's the whole point of the game. Like there was this one where we were hanging out with this kid. We don't know how
Mm-hmm.
old. I believe she said she was a she. It was a female. We don't know how old she was,
Mm-hmm.
but her name was Yellow Sus,
Mm-hmm.
and she was yellow. That was the joke. And she was in the lobby for a while, hanging around with us. And she was
Mm-hmm.
always very aggressive in terms of like accusing immediately. And there was one time where it was so baseless, where we were like, I feel like it's probably yellow. So we voted
Mm-hmm.
yellow out, and she wasn't the imposter, and she stayed for the entire game. And then at the end of the game, me and the other person I was in call with were both like, "I'm so sorry," and then she left, and we were like, "No."
No.
We thought we had made a friend, and then she
Nope.
left because we voted her out. But yeah, people are toxic. Just play the game with your friends in voice chat is the lesson of the
Mm-hmm.
day. I really do want to get an Among Us session happening for Big Guy Little Guy.
Eventually.
Get me and you and at least like 5 other people and do some Among Us games.
Eventually. I did that Scriblio video with Jason not that long ago.
You did do that, which it baffles me that you'll do that with him, but you won't do Let's Plays from the
Yeah,
channel that you have that is dedicated to Let's
I
Plays.
don't know how the fuck I actually did it. It was just like, oh yeah, I have time right now. I'm in
I was thinking
school,
we should do
but I
Scribbly
got
on Big
time.
Guy Little Guy. Maybe have Jason on, a couple other people. That could be fun.
Yeah, probably.
But
You gotta
anyway,
go in a minute.
I'm gonna be late to this thing that I gotta go to. So, Andrew, real quick, where can I find you?
You can find me on Twitter at NGEL from hell with 0 at the end. That's it.
Alright, you can find me on Twitter at Riely Tweets. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Riely Streams. I have a YouTube channel. It's currently Riley Prooks. Riley
Really
Brooks.
quick.
Probably gonna change it to Riley Plays. I got shit on there. Big Guy, Little
Mhm.
Guy, obviously, if you're listening on the Riley Podcast Mega Feed, the show also goes up on YouTube on a channel called Big Guy, Little Guy, where hopefully we'll be doing Let's Plays again soon. There's a couple there if you want to check them out that already exist.
I swear to God, for a second, you actually like. I feel like I was. You actually just like sped up, but it felt so artificial out of nowhere.
Anyway,
Like
yeah,
it was artificial speed up.
if you're listening on Big Guy, Little Guy, go ahead and check out the Riley Podcast Mega Feed. That's where all my podcasts are,
Fucking did it
including this
again.
one. Fuck you. Shut up.
You
Yeah,
go from speaking normally and then just.
that's on. Fuck you. That's on Stitcher, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Same case for Pokemon Variety Hour, which is my Pokemon show. There's Pixels, Polygons, and Fun, which is wherever podcasts are found. And there's the MoCast, which is anchor.fm/the-mo-cast, or just on YouTube, MoDiggity42, and a bunch of other places. You can find the MoCast pretty easily. And that's it. That's everything. So, thank you all for listening. My issues were scheduling and Public Among Us servers.
My issues were a whole lot of red and disrespectful of XXXTentacion.
We'll see you next time, folks.
Bye, everybody.